Okay, so today we're going to learn about finding context clues to learn new words. But first we're going to start off by looking at these two piles of things. And can you guys pass them around to everyone else so that everyone gets a chance to look? Pass them down. And what do you think is different about these two groups of things? Can anyone find any differences? Those are Legos, and what are these?
Leaves and rocks.
Leaves and rocks, good. And what's different about leaves and rocks and Legos? Does anyone know? Yeah, Cameron?
One you can build and rocks are hard.
Okay, yeah, good. Where do these come from? Do you guys know where the leaves and rocks come from? Cameron?
From outside.
Yes, very good. From the earth, right? And where do the Legos come from? Zion?
The Legos come from inside.
Yeah, they come from factories inside. So the Legos are man-made, and the rocks and flowers are from the earth. They're natural resources. And so now we're going to turn to page 29. Good, you can just set those down. We're going to turn to page 29. And who wants to read the title? Luis?
Our natural resources.
Okay, and we're going to popcorn. So who wants to start? Morgan?
Getting started. The United States has many natural resources. Natural resources.
You want to call on someone now?
Kylie. We must care for our natural resources. We need to protect and preserve them. That means we avoid wasting them or using them up. This is called conservation.
Very good, Kylie. Okay, I'm going to stop you guys right now. So this is a key vocabulary word. What does conservation mean? You guys can look back in the text and then tell me so I can write it on the board. Luis?
Conservation means to avoid wasting them or
Good.
using them up.
Very good. Okay, you guys can turn the next page. Yes, do you have a question? Oh, okay, do you need to go to the bathroom? Yeah, go ahead. All right, let's turn the, yes, Luis? Yeah, sure.
Minerals are found.
Okay. So, how are minerals a natural resource? Remember, natural resources come from the earth, and they help us to make things. So how are minerals a natural resource? Cameron? Good, you can look at the text. Look back at what we just read. Look at the second sentence. That's where we get them. We get them from the earth. And what do we use them for? Look at the last sentence of that paragraph.
Cars and buildings.
Are you on the right page? Oh, okay, good. The last, okay. So we use them for cars and buildings, and we also use them for coins and jewelry. Good. Okay. All right, so do you want to call on someone else, Luis?
Zion. Yet mining, fabric, and other products.
Okay, so products is bold, so that means it's a key vocabulary word. Can anyone tell me what they think products means? Go ahead, Summer.
Oil.
Yeah, good. That's an example of something that is made from work, right? You mine oil out of the ground, so that takes work, and then you get a product, which is oil. So very good. Does anyone else want to name another product? Cameron?
Fabric.
Good, yeah. Anyone else? Taryn?
Plastic.
Good, very good, you guys. All right, so do you want to call on the next person? Someone that maybe hasn't read yet.
Cameron.
Oil can't be replaced either. Many people are trying to conserve oil by using less of it. They are also trying to use other sources of energy, such as wind.
Okay, so why do you think it's a problem that we can't replace oil? It has to do with conservation. Cameron?
Because we use it up.
And then what happens when we use it up?
We make stuff.
But what happens when we use all of it up, Kylie?
There's no more.
Exactly, there's no more, so we have to conserve it and make sure that we don't use it all up, avoid wasting it, so we have lots of it for future, okay? All right, so turn the next page. Cameron, you want to call on someone?
Summer. Soil and water. The United States has a lot of good.
Good. So what do we use water for? Cameron,
So we can live and keep our plants healthy.
how does it help us live? What do we do with water?
We drink it.
Good. Very good, okay. Turn the next page. And Kylie, you want to call on someone?
Almost a third of the trees.
Zion. How else do we use trees, do you know?
We can use trees for making paper.
Yeah, good. Very good. Logan?
We can use trees for making houses.
Yeah,
We can use trees for making furniture.
very good. Good job, you guys are listening. Yes, Louise?
You can use wood to make
How about when you go camping?
you can use wood to make a fire.
Very good. Okay, who wants to read the next page? Summer?
Above the ground or below.
So can anyone think of natural resources that are around us? Louise?
There is oil,
Good.
coal,
Very good. Zion?
corn, and wheat.
Yeah, good, because those are, what are those made from that we just read about? You can use the board too, because these are all what we just talked about, natural resources. Oh, soil, good, good. Morgan?
Forest products.
Good. All right, so now we're gonna, sorry, really quickly, products. I forgot to write what this was on the board, but this is something that is made from work, like factories. Because what can factories make? Cameron?
They can make oil.
Do factories make oil? Because it comes from, that's a natural resource, right? So we mine and dig up oil from the earth, and we don't have to even do anything else to make it into oil. But what about these? Is this made in a factory, do you think? These Legos? Yeah? Okay. And they're made from men, right? Okay. So now we're going to go over the main ideas from the story. So, if you think back, you guys can use your text. Minerals. What are some kinds of minerals and where do they come from? It's okay to look back in your book. It's in the beginning of the book. If you're having trouble finding it. Louise?
Oil is a kind of fuel.
Good. Maybe look at page 32. I think you're a little too far. And can you find sort of minerals that we mine from the ground?
The minerals we mine from the ground is salt.
Good. Salt is one of them. Anyone else? Can anyone else find another mineral? Summer?
Silver.
Silver. Good. Because what do we use? What do we use silver for? Kylie?
Silver to make rings and jewelry.
Good. Very good. And those are made in factories. So sometimes we use natural resources to make things that are made by humans. Yes, Morgan?
Use jewelry.
Good. It's made from silver, so it's not exactly a mineral. We can't just find jewelry in the ground, but we use silver to make the jewelry. So silver is made from natural resources, but it's not directly taken from the earth. Okay, let's talk about oil. What do we use oil for? You can turn the next page. Luis?
We use oil to make plastics, paints, and fabric.
Good. Those are different kinds of products because those are made from, different things in factories. But what are we using oil for? What is that fuel? Morgan? Oh, sorry, Luis, you can finish.
Oil is a fuel for making cars work.
Good, because oil is what we need for gas, and that's what makes the cars run, right? Okay, so cars. Is there anything else? Morgan?
Plastic?
No, that's plastic and paint and fabric. Those are just other products that we make in factories. It's not necessarily made from oil. But those factories use oil to help run and make their machines, which ultimately make plastic. But that's not directly what is used for it. Cameron?
Buildings?
Buildings. Yeah, we can use fuel or oil to heat the buildings because oil is used to make houses warm. Back in the old days when they didn't have air conditioning, they used lanterns and they had to light that with oil, like your stove. Some of those are oil. So we're going to put heating here. All right. Now soil. Does someone want to tell me what we use soil to make? Logan? Food. Good. Like what type of food?
Vegetables and
Good. Is there anything else that we use soil for? Zion?
Crop.
Good. Crops are what make vegetables and fruit. That's a more broad term because these are both types of crops. There's vegetable crops and fruit crops, right? Okay, so now we're going to go on to water. That's the next main key idea in the story. So what do we use water for? Luis?
we use water for lakes and rivers.
Good.
And we use
What do we do with this water in the lakes and rivers?
we drink it.
Good. We drink it. And we need that in order to survive. We can't survive without water, can we? No. Okay. What about what lives in the water? Do they use the water too?
Yeah.
Okay. Fish? So fish need water to survive too. So now we're going to talk about fish. So what do we use fish for? It's similar to water. Yeah, Logan?
For keeping us
Keeping us
not hungry.
good, because we use them for food as well. Any other uses for fish, Zion? Do you have a pet fish? Yeah? So they can keep us company, right? We can use them for company? Okay, so we'll put pets here. All right. And the last one I forgot to put on the board is forests. So what are in forests? Morgan?
Trees.
Trees, good. And what do we use trees for? Summer. Sorry. Summer, go ahead.
We use trees for shelter, and houses, furniture.
Good. Because what do we use from the forest? What part of the tree do we use?
The tree.
Good, we use the wood. So that helps us make furniture. And you said shelter, right? Because it helps us make houses too. Can anyone else find anything else that forests help us with? Cameron?
So animals have homes.
Good.
And
They're
we
also
can
good. They're also habitats for the animals that we eat, right? Which ultimately helps us survive also, right?
eat.
Yeah.
Next.
Zion.
Plants can keep us alive too.
Good, yeah. Plants keep us alive also. And that's in forests.
don't have any plants, we can't breathe.
Good, very good. We need trees and plants that helps produce oxygen, and we need oxygen in order to breathe. So good. You can remember from the beginning of the story what a natural resource is. Can someone give me a definition? These are all natural resources right here. What we just talked about, these main ideas, are under this big, broad, general idea of natural resources. Summer?
Natural resources are made by nature.
Good. Because what does natural sound like?
Neutral.
It does sound like neutral, you're right. But what did you just say? That it comes from the earth, right? Which is, think of it without the all at the end, if there was an E there. What's outside? What's all the trees and the fish and the water and the forest? What is that?
Nature.
Good, good. And so, like, these are things that come from the earth. And what's a resource? What do you think that is? What are all of these things giving us? Morgan?
Nature.
Yeah, they're giving us nature, which helps us survive. So they're supporting us. They're resources. Okay? All right, so does anyone have any questions about natural resources? No? No more questions? All right, well, that's the end of the lesson. Thank you all for paying attention and being so well behaved. Good job.
Thank you.